Hey everybody, this is Matt here. In just a moment, I'm going to demonstrate adding the hard wipe down transition to video clips in Clipchamp. Okay, you can see this is the home area of Clipchamp. You can find the home area once I've logged in now, and you can see this is the home area. You can find Clipchamp at clipchamp.com. Now I'm going to click create a new video, start from scratch, because I want to enter the video editing area. So I'm going to click that now. Awesome. Now, before I do anything such as import media, I'm simply going to title the project. So we'll move the mouse pointer up here and click in the input box here. And now I'm going to title my project. Okay, awesome. Hard wipe down transition is what I have titled this project. Now, before I import the media, I'm simply going to show you all this here. See this preview pane in the center of the screen. Right above the preview pane, you can see the size icon. And when I mouse over size, you can see the alt text there says change aspect ratio. I'm going to click size. And you can see we have access to several aspect ratios, but the one I need is wide. And because these two clips that I'm going to be using are a resolution of 1280 by 720. And that's 16:9 or widescreen. So I'm going to click wide just to make sure it's checked. You can see it's checked, but I'm going to click it just to demonstrate. Perfect. Alright, now it's time to import the media. So now I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen and click import media here. So this import media icon. Click it now. And okay, awesome. My folder's actually already open. That's great. So now I'm going to click the clip on the right there. I can click the clip on the left, or I can click the clip on the right, but I'm going to click the clip on the right, hold down the control key, and click the clip on the left. Perfect. Now I'm going to click the open icon here on the bottom right of the prompt box. Now you can see both clips have been now imported. Now it's extremely important to remember this one fact, okay? These clips are only imported. They're not really uploaded. Clipchamp is only referring to the clips which are in the folder on my hard drive. Okay? So remember that. You should try to keep them in the originating folder, okay? You really should try to do that. Okay, perfect. Now to add these clips to the timeline, I could simply drag them down, or I could add click the plus sign here on the bottom right. So what I'm going to do now is simply do that. I'm going to click the plus sign on the bottom right corner of the one on top here. So I'm going to click the plus on the bottom right to add it to the timeline. Perfect. And you can see the position indicators right at the end. That's great because we're going to be able to add the other clip right there. So I'm going to click the plus sign on the clip on the bottom. See the plus on the bottom right. I'll click it now. Excellent. Now you can drag these clips along the timeline too if you want to move them, if you want to reposition them, but that's good there. I like that. You can click and drag them. I could see the clip on the end. I could drag it back to the beginning, but that's the order I want them in. So now I'm going to click that zoom out timeline there on the bottom right so we can see these better, see the two clips on the timeline better. See that magnifying glass, the icon that looks like a magnifying glass there on the bottom right, zoom out timeline. I'm going to begin clicking that now. Okay, awesome. Okay, now we're simply going to watch these two clips so we'll be able to compare them without the transition to them with the transition. So the best way to move back to the beginning is I'm going to click the Seek to Start icon here under the preview pane, pardon me. I'm going to click that now. Okay, excellent. Now I'm going to click the play icon under the preview pane. Okay, really neat. Now, I'm going to have to add that transition. So to add the transition, I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen and click the transitions icon here. Perfect. Now I could click in the input box and begin typing to search for it, but I'm simply going to scroll down and find it. Here it is here. The hard wipe down transition. You can see it's in the wipes there. We're now in the wipes transition style. So I'm now going to click that hard wipe down and drag it down and place it between both clips. You can see there's a little placeholder there. You can see add transition. I'm going to drop it there. Perfect. Now before we watch this video with the transition added, I'm simply going to merge the files into one longer video, into an actual video file. So to do this, I'm going to move the mouse pointer up and click the export icon here. See this? Export in the upper right. I'm going to click that. You can see we have several options. You can see video quality. Your video will export as an MP4 file. And now here you can see our options. We have 480p, which is best for drafts. 720p, smaller file size, faster export. That's the one I'm going to use. 1080p, which is high quality. 4K, that's ultra high definition. Now the issue with 4K is that's a paid for feature. And of course it's not relevant here because you can see here your video has no 4K media. Now to get 4K video, you have to purchase Clipchamp Premium. You can purchase Clipchamp Premium in the form of a yearly subscription, which as of the time I made this video runs about $130 Canadian, okay? We have audio only. We can export just the audio portion of the video. And we can export to GIF. That's for videos 15 seconds or less. A GIF is not a video file, simply a animated image file which you may use on a social media page or your web page, okay? But now I'm simply going to move the mouse pointer up and click 720p there to begin the export with the transition edit. So I'm going to click 720p now. Okay, perfect. Now the video is exporting. Okay, excellent. Now you can see in the upper right corner, hard wipe down transition made with Clipchamp. That has come down to my downloads folder. Perfect. So be mindful of that. When you make your project and export, an extra file may have been saved to your downloads folder, but I'm going to show you something that I think is more important. I'm going to move the mouse pointer here over here to around the center of the screen here. You can see the save to your computer icon. I'm going to click that now. And you can see hard wipe down transition made with Clipchamp. Perfect in the file name there. And now I'm going to find my folder where I'm going to save it. So I'm going to click the desktop on the left there. And I'm going to double click sample clips. Double click Clipchamp. I'm going to double click hard wipe down transition. And I'm going to simply save it there. So I'm going to click the save icon there on the bottom right of the prompt box. Excellent. Now it's been saved. So we'll now minimize the browser. I'm going to minimize Google Chrome there. I'm going to minimize that. And now I'm going to I left my password. I don't mean to break in here, guys, but I left my password keeper open there, so I'm obviously going to blur that. So I'm now going to move the mouse pointer here to the screen here on sample clips. I'm going to double click sample clips. Double click Clipchamp. Obviously, wherever you saved it on your hard drive is up to you. Now I'm going to double click hard wipe down transition. And here it is here, hard wipe down transition made with Clipchamp. I'm going to double click that now so we can watch it in Media Player. Okay, nifty. That was a nifty transition. I'm going to close the Media Player. I'm going to now close that folder window. And now I'm going to open the browser again. I'm going to open the browser here. Okay, now I'm going to show you this here in the upper left. Keep editing there. I'm going to click it. Okay, awesome. Now we're back to the video editing area. That's so excellent because now if we so chose, we can start making new edits, more edits here. And also, I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here to the upper left just to show you this now. See here in the 3 bars there. It's currently 3 bars. I'm going to click that now. And you can click back to home. There, and we can scroll down. And there's my project, hard wipe down transition. See, I have a ton of projects saved there, but the most important one right now is hard wipe down transition. I'm going to click that. And now we're back in the project. Awesome. We can begin making more edits here. Okay, well that's excellent. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to ask questions in the comment section. I'll answer all I can. Okay. Thanks for your time.